Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Monday edition of the Bucket and Hoosier Show. I am Mr. Hoosier. He is Bucket. And as always, we started off with Bucket. How are you doing, buddy?
Yo, Hoosier, what's up, man? Mondays, I told you, are my favorite day of the week. It used to not be. Used to get the Sunday scaries and then carry that all the way into Friday. But Mondays, I get to hang out with you. And the past couple weeks, we've been just killing it, getting people to come join us and hang out. So I'm pretty stoked about this.
You, my friend, have been killing it. All right. You've been doing a ton for us here, and if you haven't seen yet, everybody, we are up and running on basically all podcast platforms at this point. Got our first episode out there, and be sure to look up Bucket and Hoosier on all the major podcast platforms. Give us a follow. Start listening there as well. But it's also a way for, if you cannot be here on Monday nights, you can at least tune in at your leisure and listen to what we had to say. But also make sure to hit those notification buttons so you do not miss an episode when it is uploaded. Besides that, my week's been kind of chill. I'm on leave this week. I'm not working. Did some painting today. Been very relaxing.
What a grown-up.
I know. I don't like doing grown-up things. But this week we do have ApparentlyKat joining us. Gonna do kind of just continuing with what we have been doing since there's no RLCS going on. You know, we're in that lull period till we get back to competitive play. But getting to know some people that are in the Rocket League community and out there entertaining folks on a regular basis on Twitch, YouTube, wherever it might be. And as the chat is already saying, her nickname is Apparently Goat. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome ApparentlyKat. Kat, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
We're just great. We always love meeting up and chatting with new people. But for those of the people in the audience tonight who don't know you, which I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody knows your name by now, can you give us a brief introduction of yourself?
Oh man, I wasn't prepared for that. Okay.
Got her.
So I guess I'll just my name's Kat, apparently. And I am a content creator for D2E. I am fairly new to streaming, I would say. I'm not really new anymore, but kind of still. I haven't hit my year mark yet. It'll be 9 months in April. I am a full-time vet student and am always stressed usually. Yeah. Stressed and not really depressed, just stressed.
Well, that's good to hear. We don't want the depressed part. Actually, if you want somebody to talk to, our last week's interview with Prof was very good. Mental health guy. He's very knowledgeable in all that area. So, but glad to hear that the D part is not there. Just the stress part. Wow, you said that you've only been streaming for 9 months. You know, I've been doing this on and off for like 5 years now.
Really? That's crazy.
For me, it was always just I want to be sitting here playing video games anyway, so why not hit a button and see if anybody would even want to watch. But glad to hear the success you have had in just under a year. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy to think about. I actually didn't even have I made my Twitch like right before I went to LA LAN. And that was kind of the first exposure I had to Twitch. So when I started streaming, I actually had no idea what was going on. I had to watch so many videos because I was like, I physically don't know, like I didn't know what a raid was. You know, I hung out in people's streams, but not long enough for them to raid. So I remember the first raid I got, she came in and I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing. And I remember it so vividly because I was so embarrassed. I was like, this is like so many people and I don't know what to do. And yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's how it goes, though. Here's the thing, right? Like, you've been streaming for 9 months, and just looking at your socials, you've got a bunch of Twitter followers, 4,000, it looks like, followers on Twitch that you just hit. I saw your post about that. How does that make you feel that you're able to get people behind you and supporting you so quickly into your career? Does it make you feel like this is something you want to pursue long term, or is this just an exciting time for you to be alive? Like, what's your thoughts right now?
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really feel I guess like real, I guess you could say. It definitely just feels what am I trying to say? Because I feel like I used to not be as much like out of my shell as I am now, especially the first few times I streamed, I was very quiet, and I'm getting more comfortable still, like kind of being like on camera constantly. But it definitely feels really nice to have people behind me and to know that people think I'm funny, even if they're laughing at me. Even if they're laughing at me, it's totally fine. Because I do dumb shit all the time. So, and as far as like, I guess with the success I've had, never really thought that I would get here. So I'm hoping to just kind of keep building off of it and definitely make this something like a part-time thing because I definitely still like I want to be a vet. That's my main life goal. But it's definitely nice having something that's um, not that has nothing to do with medicine, animals, and it's just something completely different. And I can kind of go into it and not have to think about any of that.
Yeah, it's always good to have a little something you enjoy on the side, but it can end up helping you in the long run as well. So always a good side hustle is beneficial in life, that's for sure. So you're talking about being a vet, right? What made you want to become go to vet school?
Yeah, so I grew up volunteering in an animal shelter. So in like May of 2010, I started volunteering there. I was about 11 years old. And my mom used to just like take me there over the summer and basically like drop me off and be like, okay, you do that. And I got to know a lot of the people there very well, and I got to, I guess, like just literally be around animals constantly, 24/7, which is like what I loved doing more than anything. So, I think at first I wanted to be like a dog trainer. That was kind of where my head was at. But I think slowly after a while, I wanted to be able to help the animals that were sick. So I kind of just kept up with it. So I volunteered there for like 8 or 9 years. And then I went to undergrad, couldn't volunteer there anymore. So I started volunteering at another place, which I still volunteer at. And I actually just did a charity stream for them and we raised like $1,500. So it was really cool.
Wow.
$1,500, like that's a good amount too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to make you feel good to be able to give back to the communities that you really care about and love. What so the streaming aspect is a platform for you to do more of that. Do you see yourself doing more things to be able to give back to the community? Is that kind of a goal that you have?
Yeah, I think a big thing for me is giving back, and whether it be for animal related organizations or any other organizations, like I definitely am someone who I guess like finds joy in like giving to others. So, and like I think I don't even know when that was. Maybe like a few weeks ago, we did another charity stream for the organization was like Trans Empowerment, which was a really cool organization. We didn't raise as much, unfortunately, but we still raised some money for them. So it was still good in the end, regardless.
No, that's awesome. It's always good to be able to help other people out there, right, and keep things moving along. So we kind of touched on, you becoming a vet. That's more like your personal side, but let's get into what the podcast is really about. What got you into Rocket League of all games that are out there and could be played?
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna go in like a way that you guys probably are not ready for.
Usually masochists that get into Rocket League, people who want to hurt themselves emotionally.
What is wrong with you?
I don't think masochist necessarily means that, but yes, okay.
Fair enough.
We'll have to double check definitions.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Someone who wants. All right, we won't go down that full road, but you know what I'm saying.
Word.
Aka.
So I actually started playing Rocket League because of my ex-boyfriend. He was playing it, and I remember seeing the first time he started playing it, and I looked at him and I said, "That is the dumbest fucking game I've ever seen in my life." And I walked away. I was like, "I'm not playing that with you, whatever."
Fair enough.
A few months go by. I was just watching him. I guess I just would kind of start like watching him play it, and I was like, okay, this game looks kind of fun, like I guess. But I was being stubborn, and I didn't want to play. I was like, no, I can't let him know that it actually looks like a fun game.
I can't let him know I like what he's doing and that I have interest in it.
Exactly.
Man.
So then it became free to play. I don't know when, but then I started playing it in like December of 2020 because I found out you could play it on the Switch. So that was as bad as it sounds.
Yeah,
And
I've tried on the Switch. That input lag is another level.
oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. But yeah, and then they made it to where you could do split screen on the PlayStation, so we were able to do split screen for a while. And then I got my PC, and then I got rid of my X. So it was all good all around.
Wow, yeah, improvements all around. It sounds like.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do sometimes. So then you got hooked up with an organization, right? D2E, Down to Earth. Tell us about that. How did that come about? Because it sounds like this organization is doing a lot of cool things too.
Yeah, so the funny thing is actually my friend and a streamer, Zach Across, I don't know if you guys know him, but he joined the organization first and kind of told me about it. And I was like, oh, that sounds really cool. Like I've never heard of that organization, but I didn't know that it was like something that was new. And so I guess I somehow got in contact with someone higher up in the company, I guess you could say. And we started talking, not as in like, I guess just like as friends, really, because he was playing Rocket League 2 and whatnot. So he kind of just out of nowhere asked me if I wanted to join the org as a content creator. And I was like, well, I mean, might as well. Like,
yeah, you have the opportunity, might as well take it, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So how long have you been with the org now?
Probably like a month and a half, I would say. It's like, yeah, probably like, okay, I'd say 2 months, 2 months.
And things are going good?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't really know what to expect from an org, but like I have an editor, I have a graphic designer.
Man, Bucket, we gotta get us one of those. How can Joel like hook us up with something?
Listen, it's hard to find good people. So if you've already got someone that you like, kudos to you. It's difficult to find people that you can trust, are reliable, and get you the things that you need. But we've been pretty lucky too. We've got some nice things coming out. So is it part of your community that you're getting these people from, or how's that working out? Or did you go seek them on Fiverr and Upwork? What was that like?
Oh no, I got them from the org.
Oh,
That's
the org,
nice.
yeah, perfect.
Yeah. I don't know where they got them from.
That makes it so much easier.
They have people.
They have people who know
they
people.
have people who know
people.
That's beautiful.
All right. So what I haven't looked yet. I was just about to look it up. What is your current rank in Rocket League?
Oh no. My ranks are kind of bad right now with the reset, but
be careful, you might hurt my feelings.
That's okay. I'm a twos main. I've always been a twos main. So I peaked C2 in twos, and I think I'm sitting around like C1 div 4 or something like in twos right now.
Man, on a good day, I can get there. Damn.
I feel like I haven't. Well, I mean, I think I got C2 and then I lost it. Like, it's been kind of frustrating, but I've been trying to get better at ones. So
Oh yeah, that's tough.
Oh, it's been frustrating. But yes, I've been trying to get better at ones. So I've been playing a lot of those. I've been trying to get diamond. So I feel like I've been neglecting my twos, and then I also am trying to get better at threes. So I think I need to just focus on something. But basically, my twos rank is like C1, my threes is like D3, and then my ones rank is like plat 3. So I'm kind of all over the place.
Did you know Bucket coached an NFL player before?
Stop
He
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Which NFL player?
Cody Davis of the Patriots.
Yeah.
Oh, the Patriots though.
Oh,
rough business.
Wait, is Cody in here? No, he's not good.
He could be. He stops by once in a while. But yeah, we've had a lot of fun times coaching people in Rocket League. I've been playing since day one, so you pick up a couple things. I'm more of a chess player than I am a mechanical type of player. So if you ever need that type of help, let me know. So is that what you do mainly on the stream, is just play ranked games, or what's your streams like, and what's your favorite thing to stream Rocket League content wise?
Yeah, I mean, I really like doing viewer tournaments. I usually do them on like Fridays and Saturdays. I'll do like ones tournaments. The other weekend we did like mutator tournaments and we were doing like ones drop shot. That was a lot of fun actually. I was
Wait,
better at that
I
than I
did
thought I
see
was gonna
something
be.
about that. You do host like actually pretty regular viewer tournaments, don't you, on your channel?
Yeah, usually Fridays and Saturdays I host viewer tournaments, yeah.
Very nice. How do those usually go? Like, so you're coming up in the caster world as well? Is that what we're working on?
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Oh, no?
Boo.
So the thing is that I lose my train of thought quite often. I can't talk fast enough to be a caster. So usually when I get out of the match, which is like the beginning most often, I will just kind of spectate the match and I'll just talk to chat. I mean, I think a really big thing for me as far as my channel is I want to be able to talk to everybody and make sure nobody's missed. So I usually will just kind of like let that play in the background, but I'm really just like talking to chat.
You hear that, Hoosier? That's why she's able to blow up so quickly. We ignore our chats so often because we start talking to ourselves.
So
that's the
bad.
key. That's the key to it. It seems like if you get your chat involved, then more people will come. Is that your formula? Is that the way to get to 4,000 followers in 9 months?
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I've been doing this for 5 years. You have more than I do, so obviously you're doing something much better than I ever did.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I definitely just, I guess I went, after I started streaming, right? I had no idea what was going on. Went and watched a bunch of YouTube videos. Then I said, okay, I still feel like I'm not doing this right, or I feel like there's more I could do. So I started just randomly going on the browse page on Rocket League and just seeing like which I guess which streamers like kind of stood out to me the most.
Who stood out to you the most? It was
always the ones who. Oh no, you're gonna ask me that.
Yep, name drop. Let's go. I got another one for you too. I got another one warming up here. So let's see who you say.
Oh God. So, I think a big one. Oh man, I can't remember like early on, but probably I'm like blanking now.
Like
but
a Rizzo, like an Athena.
No, it was smaller. Like I would sit in JG7's chat a lot.
Okay.
And he was constantly like talking back and forth to people, which I liked. And I mean, I found Zach across his stream actually through Twitter. And he interacts with his chat a lot. Daily, USCG Daily. I love him to death so much. And also like Jamie, those were kind of the people that I originally watched. Oh, and clearly Mike. He's not really like an RL streamer. He's more of a variety streamer, but he does stream Rocket League too. But yeah, I just liked the interaction, I guess, from them.
Oh, that's good. We do. I mean, there's an important question from chat. Papa Rizzo in chat is curious. Are you going to be at LAN in San Diego? You are, because he has this thing. He loves meeting every single creator and being able to say, "Yep, I know them." So I think you'll be looking for a Papa Rizzo to reach out and say hi while you're there.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to like meet everybody that I can. So that would be great.
It's a good time.
Yeah, he's one of the people to know. He's going to get you to the place you want to be and get you in the areas, right? But Hoosier has some inside tips right here. I know what you were about to say. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Watch out how many drinks he buys.
Yeah, be careful.
My man can go all night. Daily, so now I just have to really watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daily. We've watched and rated off to him before. He's Tomlet, if you know Tomlet, has been a big part of our community for a while. He's actually a main analyst of ours. He used to go and get us content all the time, and then he started streaming more. So we miss Tomlet. Tomlet, come back to us. We need more from you. But yeah, those guys, that's a good group of people to be a part of. So you're going to go to San Diego. Are you going as a creator? Did you get that title, all that? Are you excited what are you excited to do there?
Yeah, so I did get, I am going as a creator through DreamHack. I'm really excited for that opportunity. I also am going to have a like booth with Radiant.
Oh, very nice.
they reached out to me, and I think I pooped my pants. So I said, I don't think I'm big enough to have a meet and greet booth, but I will be there. I will be there, and I will vibe. I will just call people over to me, like, come here, come meet me.
You take every opportunity that comes to you.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm most excited just to be able to finally meet all of the people that I've gotten to know over these past few months, because like I went to Boston a couple weeks ago and met Daily, and it was such a good experience. Like we had such a good time, and I'm just hoping that LAN is like that. And I'm staying with a bunch of people too, so it'll be really cool.
Well, if it's anything like Worlds was, yes, that will happen. We went to Worlds and we got to meet a lot of people that we had been playing Rocket League with for the past 2 years. And actually all got to meet up and hang out. So I promise you, I'm 90% sure you will have a fantastic time and you will really enjoy it. And then you'll be wanting to go to every single one after that. That's how they hook you into it. So have your checkbook ready, that's for sure. Another thing I noticed, you played in Widow's big world tournament, right?
I did.
How was that?
It was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, we didn't make it to the second day, but we had a lot of fun regardless. And I'm glad that I just didn't get out first, because I played in Widow's Whataburger tournament.
Uh-huh.
And I was so close to beating Jag and Tech. I'm so annoyed with myself, but I hate Snow Day. That mode can actually fall off a cliff.
You both better be careful. You know there's people in your bucket.
Ever. Unbelievable. Why do not more people have this sentiment about Snow Day? It's awful. It's not fun at all.
You know there's at least 3 Blizzard wizards who don't always listen to this.
I'm going to get kicked out of several Discords.
You probably will.
So break down the women in Rocket League, like what that is, what it is to you, anything. Like what do people need to know about it from your perspective? I've been able to follow it on Twitter, but I just don't know enough about what I should be looking out for or what these tournaments mean to you or to other women or to the community.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty new to it as well. So I don't know a ton about it, but it sounds like it's run by not only Widow, but a bunch of other people as well. And so I think it's mainly just like somewhere where women can feel like, I mean, because there's a stigma, where there's a lot of, I guess, like I would say immature people who say that girls shouldn't play video games or whatnot. So it's kind of just a place where women can like they know that they can be like included and involved in stuff. That's at least what I've gotten from it. And it's really nice. It's been a really nice way for me to network with other women Rocket League streamers as well. So I don't know if they're opening it up to, well, I guess it is just women in Rocket League. So probably just Rocket League. I'm just gonna stop there. I don't know anything else.
I mean, I think to Bucket and I, it makes sense, right? We literally found, because Bucket and I met because we both ended up joining a group that was called The Dad Gaming. And the mindset in that was a dad coming home, just wants to play video games, doesn't want to get shit on or trash talked to 24/7 by a bunch of teenagers playing a video game. So while it's not an equal comparison, I think the sentiment is still there. It's like, oh yeah, this is just a group that I enjoy playing with. Like, sure, why not? So I can see the appeal and why that has been created for women who don't usually have a lot of, I don't know, how hard is it to find another female that that plays video games these days?
Not very. Like, so when I started school, one of my friends, Jasmine, she plays video games, but she doesn't play Rocket League. She plays like League of Legends, and I've never in my life played that game.
No, I've never played it either.
That game is so bad. So I'm just like, I don't know if that's for me. I thought about downloading it, but I was like, I don't know. So I would say it's easy to find women that play video games. It's hard to find women that play the same video games, especially a game like Rocket League.
It's its own special game. That is for sure.
Yeah.
I don't even know how we still play it. Bucket, why do you still play this game?
Again, I love to just get angry every night, apparently. But I think that's a really good point that you made, that there's there's obviously women out there playing video games, and this Women in Rocket League organization allows you guys kind of get together and find each other, because I'm sure, like you said, there's going to be a whole array of different type of people in your community, from the young to however old to male and female, all that. But finding like-minded people, that's kind of how you build your communities and get to know more people. So who are people that you kind of look up to, or that you get excited to collaborate with in Rocket League or just in streaming?
People that I look up to, as far as I guess like bigger streamers go, or just people I've like
anything,
collaborated with.
however you want to take it.
So I would probably say a big one that I've watched a lot. I mean, I guess since I met him, but Vince, he I think he's so funny. Like, whether he has the potato filter or not, like, he's fun. He's just a funny person in general. And I feel like his like, he can sit there and literally just like talk to himself the whole time, and like it's just hilarious. And so I try to like look up to that and say like, okay, I could talk to myself. I literally walk around my apartment talking to myself. So like that's I could do that. So I try and do that when I'm like streaming, especially if there's not like a lot of chat happening. Vince is a big one. I would say probably I'm like trying to look at my follower list.
That's a good place to look. That's I haven't thought of that trick. Keep up that follower list. Go. Which one of you do I love today? I think I love you the most. And do you have a primer? No, I'm kidding. I'm sure there are legit people on your list.
Yeah. Well, it's like there's people that I watch every day.
Mm-hmm.
I would say so. I also someone who I'm actually rooming with. His name is Wet Boy. He's it's just funny saying his name. His name's Wet Boy. Okay?
Saying it out loud. It's like that old email address you had when you were a kid that you don't want to tell people about.
Oh yeah, that would be a funny one too.
You know it? You know your old email address?
I probably do have one or two that I would never say in public.
But Wet is someone I actually found really early on. And I just think he's like the absolute like funniest person I've met in my life. Like he's such a like, I guess if you think like memers are funny and whatnot, like that's kind of like my humor. So I kind of clicked with him right off the bat, and I love to collab with him. I love to collab with Cross and Daily when I can, and also Mike, like and Shabe. Shabe's also like a newer. He started streaming and then he stopped, so he's like newer on his like new stream grind, I would say. But yeah.
Very nice. I mean, it honestly sounds like you guys. We've learned from your all's group, from like Tomlet and Shiz and Rosie. So finding you all, it seems like it's a very tight knit group that everybody enjoys playing Rocket League together and collaborating. So that is awesome to hear. What's your goals with your stream in like say the next year?
I haven't thought that far ahead.
That's
I don't blame you. You've not even made it to a year yet, right? So
right.
Short term, long term, like what's next for Apparently Kat?
I mean, I guess I'm trying to get partner, I guess. I mean, from what people have said to me, partner is probably the next goal, but I want to just try and focus on like staying I guess as active as I can with my community and growing my community. Probably start bringing in other games. Like I started recently playing like Minecraft and stuff, because I mean I'm always going to be mainly Rocket League, but it is nice to have that kind of like variety. Especially sometimes I will turn on Rocket League and I'm just like instantly I'm like I'm tilted.
Yep.
I can't play this game right now.
Been there.
Yeah.
Go try to do one thing and you're like, nope, not happening. I'm going to go do something else today that makes me feel better about myself.
Yeah.
That's why I asked though too, because with the growth that you've seen, just like Rosie alluded to here in chat, like if you just keep doing what you're doing, you're going to reach these goals that you didn't even really know were possible, or get to these places that are probably really exciting for you. So I think that's what your community is looking for. Like, we love what you're doing. If it's walking around your room trying to entertain yourself, if it's playing games or putting on these really cool tournaments, like, people are just loving your content. And that's what we're trying to find out. What is it? It's so exciting to watch someone grow so fast. So do you have anything like that, like that is just, man, this is what I want to do? Because like you said, you don't want to just exclusively stream Rocket League all the time forever. Maybe you want to do more variety things. Is that what's next? Maybe.
Yeah. It's funny because when I first started streaming, I said, no, I'm not playing any other games on stream. I'm not doing it. Only playing Rocket League. So it's funny to now think that I would want to, I guess, go variety. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, that sounds about everybody that plays Rocket League, right? You love it at first. It's a fantastic game. I could never hate this game. And then about 9 months later, you're like, yep, I've hit that wall.
Yeah. I'm going to get SSL one day. That's just what's going to happen. It's going to take me a long time, but I'm going to get SSL one day. Like,
I support you in that goal, and I hope that you reach it. Bucket can't even hit SSL.
Yeah, right. And I feel like I know what I'm doing, but half the time I don't.
Half the time. Yeah.
Maybe more than half.
Yeah, you know a little bit more. I mean, if Jsu can get there, I think you and Kat can too. So.
Yeah, I have full faith in you, Kat. Absolutely.
That's a huge goal though. But yeah, that it's just the hours. And don't be like Papa Rizzo. Papa Rizzo has like 30,000 hours, but he's only played the game for like 200.
What?
He just leaves the game turned on his computer.
Oh god.
So if you go look at his hour count, most of it is just the game running in the background. He's not even there actually playing it.
Oh no.
But to a serious question, when you're gaming, what's your go-to fast food meal?
When I'm gaming, like fast food is like.
So for an example, so like for me, an example was when I had just got done with high school playing Modern Warfare 2. You know, me and my buddies would go take a quick break. Hey, I'm hungry. The place I was going to was Jack in the Box, and I was getting a sourdough jack and 2 tacos with ranch. That was my meal.
Gross.
What do you mean gross? That's delicious.
Oh man.
I know, it's a toughie.
You know, as bad as it sounds, this is gonna sound so bad. But I'm a very simple person, and I also don't like to spend a lot of money on stuff. So
that's a good mindset.
McDonald's.
Ooh.
Like literally like a hot and spicy, and then like some fries and a soda.
That's a good combo right there.
Yeah.
The hot and spicy is an underrated sandwich at McDonald's.
It is, and it used to only be $1. It's not $1 anymore, but it used to only be $1.
Stupid inflation.
Yeah.
That's a good answer with lots of good points about being frugal and all that. Like, keep that mindset as you continue through your career in life. So I guess we've got to the random question part of the interview here, Hoosier.
Oh, yeah.
So let me try to think of one. But I'm going to make it more Rocket League specific here. So who is a Rocket League player you'd like to be for a day?
Like to be for a day?
Yeah.
Like a pro?
Sure.
Like just because of their Rocket League skills or their life?
All of it.
You tell us. Why would you choose the person?
Honestly, probably Arsenal.
Ooh.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I say that because he is like the one like pro I started watching when I realized that Rocket League esports was even a thing. So I think he's hilarious. Like he's so funny. So yeah, I would have to go with Arsenal.
So
for sure.
Could then we pin you as a Space Station gaming fan?
I love SSG, yes. I know all that stuff. I know all that stuff with Riddles. I know. But I've always been an SSG fan, and I'm always going to be an SSG fan.
What about if Daniel leaves the team here during the split? Because that's the rumor on the street.
Stop.
Daniel's going to the V1.
I know. And I don't blame him. There's not, the chem is not there. It's not meshing.
It
sucks. It's not, but I'm still gonna back SSG because that's my main team. I mean, I have other teams that I like to watch, but
That's good. Actually, I'm actually kind of glad to hear that because we've talked about on here how right now esports, especially for like Rocket League, no one it doesn't feel like people follow a team; they follow players. So finding someone who's actually sticking with a team is actually kind of refreshing and probably good for the scene going forward.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I've always just been someone who, like, whether they win or lose, like, I'm still gonna be behind that team. Like, I've liked the Dallas Cowboys since I was young,
Oh,
and
I'm sorry.
they physically can't win. It's crazy to me.
Well, not when
But
you're
they still are my favorite team. So
you physically can't win when your quarterback runs the ball down the field and completely forgets the time on the clock. So
Loyalty's big though for Kat. I love that. That's a great attribute to have in a person. People will again. All of these things we're learning about you are why people are coming to you in droves. So RLCS, that's typically where we end up with on these podcasts is a little bit more of that, like coaches and strategies and things like that. And that's why we're reaching out other parts of the community. And it sounds like you do watch RLCS besides Space Station. Who else are who are you going to be rooting for when you're in San Diego? Since, yeah, they're not
uh,
there.
happens. So and B1's not there either. They're like one of my other teams
I
too.
know.
It's unfortunate.
it's so
Um,
sad.
okay. Okay. I probably I'm probably gonna go because probably Gen G or Phase.
Okay, that's not bad choices.
I mean, I feel like I kind of have to like. I mean, not
Reppin'
like kinda,
NA.
like obviously. Oh yeah, no, I don't really like the EU teams. Besides, like I like Quadrant, um, because Cash is like really cool, like a really down to earth person, very kind person. But that's probably the only EU team that I would like root for.
The
Is
only
Quadrant, but they
EU
didn't make
team.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the EU region.
Ew.
I'm sorry, my cat's like yelling.
No.
But yeah, I mean, as far as like Gen G goes, I think that if they get out of their heads, I feel like they were doing so good. They were on the up, man. And then they got beat by FaZe. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
okay. I was like, you're gonna have to tell me. I didn't actually watch that game. I just saw it on Twitter because sometimes I wake up late or sometimes the games are at weird times. And I am busy. But
Yeah,
yes.
it's tough to stay on top of it. That's why we have such interesting conversations about it because people will call me like, "What happened?" And you try to explain it, but there's so much going on. So
Oh my
Gen
gosh.
G, FaZe, yeah, FaZe beat Gen G. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's basically also why I'm rooting for FaZe as well.
Yeah, I think both those teams have a very good chance. Will be interesting to see what happens with K Corp. I don't think Mina, they're gonna, I think, still struggle. We haven't seen them do very good on the world stage yet. There's still a lot of hope there. So maybe it is another NA LAN. They're able to actually bring this one home for us. But question from chat, Rosie would like to know, which creator do you think is gonna win your creator tournament next week?
Ooh,
I'm guessing that's a loaded
tournament.
question.
Break down the tournament first.
Maybe Rosie's playing in it.
Sorry, I'm trying to make sure my cat doesn't like step on anything.
Let's see the cat's face too. We need some more cat.
You mean Bruiser?
All the cats.
Bruiser, quick.
This is what I love about cats, though. They are not cooperative, right? Like if I call a dog, they'd be like, "What? You need something?" But a cat's like, "I can't be bothered.
I ain't got time for you."
He will usually listen to me, but I think because I already kicked him off today, he was like, "No."
F you, lady.
But okay, so my tournament, anyways, got sidetracked there. My tournament. Let me start from the beginning.
Yep.
Yes.
I was gonna forget. So, I came up with this idea back in January. I said, I want to see a tournament that the community actually gets to play in. Because I feel like all these tournaments that people make, it's like creators, you get to watch your creators be with other creators and play with other creators. So I said, okay, logistically, how would I make this happen if I chose a bunch of creators and then they got to choose people from their communities? I didn't want any pros, I didn't want any SSLs, even though some of the people who are playing are SSL ones, but let's not talk about that. And so basically everybody in my tournament, as far as like their threes rank, it's spread from diamond to GC. So everybody can have a diamond and a GC. A diamond, a GC, and a champ. And so that's kind of how the teams are stacked. And so I'm hoping that, and I have everybody send me their RL trackers. I'm making sure it's their actual RL tracker and they're not playing on like an alt account or anything like that. So almost everybody has sent me their teammates, and I'll be making more tweets about it throughout the week of like the community members who are participating. But yeah, so basically I made it because I wanted to be able to get the community involved in these creator tournaments, and this was the best way I could think of it, and also get the community involved as far as like lower ranked players, because I feel like it's always the higher ranked players playing.
It's funny you meant, like, your tournament sounds perfect. We've actually the dad gaming for going on 2 years now. Every Tuesday you put the teams together. You're not allowed to come into the tournament with a built team. They do a set MMR and then they build the teams based off that MMR. So you end up with like a GC with like 2 silvers and or like a plat and a lower. So that's nice to see that you're actually doing that, because yeah, like you said, most of the creator tournaments, like when we see these get put on, it's just, oh, come watch the creators play, not, hey, creator, put yourself a team together and you come play in this tournament with people from your own community. So that's fantastic. I'm really interested to see that.
Yeah, and luckily last night, so Wet Boy and Shave are 2 of the creators that are going to be in it. And they have some beef right now because they want to knock each other out of the tournament. So they were playing scrims, I guess you could say, with their teams, and it was like neck and neck. Like it was like they were basically tied the whole time. So I'm really hoping that the whole tournament's like that. So it's like it's actually like even how it's supposed to be.
We will tell you from our experience, like casting a tournament like that. Yes, there are actually some very close matches. If you have it that evened out, it's kind of surprising how good the gameplay can get, because you'll have your low rank guy who like is going and hitting the ball, doing some things. I mean, it sounds like you're a more spread out, like higher ranks, so that makes it even more interesting. But it's also watching that the highest ranked player on each team, what do they do from a captain's perspective? Are they making everybody just kind of get out of their way and they're doing a lot of things, or are they being that real supportive captain and helping, trying to raise their game level, their teammates' game level to where they're at?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think regardless, for me, it's going to be hard to host this tournament, so I'm going to have to actually like sit here and like focus on the gameplay. But a big thing I wanted to was to make sure that all the games could be casted, because it kind of sucks, like when you're in a tournament and like your game's not casted on the main stream. So I was trying to get a total of 4 hosts, but I ended up just being me and then Katrina. But I'm excited. We'll be both hosting it, and she's gonna be hosting it on her channel. She's gonna have 4 teams. I'm gonna have 4 teams, and then we're gonna kind of go through them like that. So
nice. That's smart. Good. That's why I was going to ask you kind of like how you were going to break down being able to watch them and cast them. So there'll be some games on stream. Some, is it like best of 5? Is it just a single elimination tournament, winner takes all kind of deal? How are you setting that up for everyone to get the best teams at the end?
Yeah, so basically, as far as right now, I have it set to single elimination and it's just a best of 1. I think I might end up changing it to all of them being a best of 3, just in case, like the team chem's not there for the first game. I just didn't want it to. Okay, let me just back up really quick. Originally, it was going to be best of 3. Originally, all the games were going to be best of 3, and then I found out that Radiant was doing their tournament the same day, even though I had been planning this for a while. But so I wanted to make sure that it wasn't overlapping with that too much, and I didn't want to also take up people's like whole Saturday. So, I'm gonna run. I asked a few of my community members if they would help me just like put on a couple like 3v3 tournaments, and I'm gonna just time them and see realistically how long it's gonna take. So
how
I can
many
really,
teams do you
lay it
have?
out. 16.
And if you do all best of 3s, what? We would do.
Oh, you're about to do math right now?
Yeah,
like
I'm gonna make myself look really dumb
11
here.
minutes a game average time.
No, I was.
So that's
God.
33 minutes per matchup. You're talking 8, then 4,
I'm trying to
then
think
2,
like in the
then
DVG
1.
and the Dad Gaming ones, we would do 3 rounds of Swiss, and when those were best of 3 with 16 teams, it would take about 2 hours, hour and a half to get through 3 rounds.
Yeah, best of 3 is going to take like 30 minutes average, probably.
Yeah.
For one of them?
Per each round.
Yeah, if for a match. So if you have all the matches going on at the same time, then that round should wrap up in about 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so you go 30 minutes with 16 teams, 30 minutes with 8 teams, 30 minutes with 4 teams, 30 minutes with 2 teams.
Yep.
That's what? 2+ hours, 2.5 hours. That ain't bad.
Wait, like you're watching all of them, or they're all going on at the same time?
Oh, if you're gonna watch all of them, it's gonna
That's
take
what I'm
you
saying.
a day and a
It'll be
half.
way longer.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that would be tough to do, or unless you have
Yeah.
Enough people and enough screen room to put multiple things going on at the same time. But yeah, logistically, we're not trying to poke holes in it. I love the idea, and I think mixed rank tournaments are some of my favorites. Period. So I think you're doing a great thing for your communities and for the content. But yeah, we're just curious. If you need any help with that, we got some people in the chat that put these things on weekly. Mixed rank tournaments. This guy, Tigers Vance, he's a wizard with balancing teams, with getting things organized, all that kind of stuff. Reach out to him. He's part of Shiz's community over there at Dad Vibes. There's lots of people that can help out with logistics if you're interested in any help over the next couple days.
Oh, for sure. Because I wonder if I could put on like 2 separate screens and then have like my face somewhere, obviously, and then like 2 of them going on at the same time, just so
priorities.
It's like priorities exactly. And just so like then it would maybe cut that time in half. Just the only person I'm worried about is Top Gun was nice enough to not back out of my tournament, and she's playing in the Radiant. Well, she's supposed to be. They have a sub for their team, so like realistically she should be fine. But like in case she was like she is to make it, like to the end, I want to make sure that she's able to at least play in some of those games that she, with her team. So
yeah.
But I also don't want to just overlap it. I don't know.
That seems fair.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want to do that, but yeah, it sounds like some things to work out. But all right, before we go, where can everybody find you at?
Break it all.
You can find me pretty much anywhere. Twitch is the main one, right? Obviously, and then Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and I also post on YouTube. And then I also have my Discord channel, which we try and keep pretty active as much as possible. But you can find all of those on my Twitch page. They are all linked to my Twitch.
And everything is ApparentlyKat. Love that you were able to secure that.
That is the reason I chose it. I was trying to be AlphaKat at first because I was trying to copy AlphaKat, but that was taken. So I said, ApparentlyKat. I like the sound of that. Okay, we'll go with that.
There you go. Well, we appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with us. It was a great conversation with you, and we hope your tournament goes well. Please let us know if you need any help or any advice. We know some people to reach out to. Rosie does as well as Shiz. So you're in good hands, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for inviting me. I had a lot of fun. It was nice talking with you.
Awesome. Thank you, Kat. Everybody say thank you to Kat.
Yes,
we'll catch you next time.
You, Kat. I had a blast getting to know you over the last week. Just a few times that we are able to chat over Discord, and then just getting to interact with you was super fun. So thanks for coming on and being a part of this. And hopefully we made awareness for you, and you can go out there and put on a really great tournament. I'm excited to watch that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Yeah. Have a great night.
You too. Bucket. I'm loving this thing that we're doing where we're talking with different people in the community right now. It is Dude,
why are there so many cool Rocket League personalities out there? I'm just blown away every time. Again, I mean, we started with some people before, right? Like we'll talk to coaches, we'll try to get people specifically in RLCS, but the community aspect of Rocket League, there's so many cool people out there.
Yes, there's a ton. A huge lot. The only thing I didn't get to tell Kat before she left, Kat, I know you're here in chat. Papa Rizzo followed you on Twitter. Go follow him back. He's setting up a group. He's setting up some things for creators there at Lan Diego. So make sure you go do that. On to RLCS news.
Oh, we got more.
Well, so one thing that I did here last week, I don't think it's been talked about like a ton, but I know last week on Chalkcast, I believe, was it? Hang on, I'm going to get this right. So Chrome is saying, if I heard right, I didn't read the chat comments myself. This was me listening to it through audio form. But it sounds like Chrome might be moving on from coaching at Space Station.
Interesting.
So
what does that mean to you?
Either A, it's like there's two things right now, right? Because supposedly Daniel could be exiting, right? Moving on. There's the rumors of that. Supposedly his contract's being shopped. I'm guessing someone's going to have to buy it out. V1 seems to have all the money in the world right now. And then if supposedly, like, it's not said on Liquipedia, which I just went and looked at, it still says that he is the coach of Space Station. But if he's not going to continue being the coach, then that means just something's not right. Either it's not the team he originally wanted to coach, or that move is very strong and he doesn't want to be a part of what's going on after that, or are they just moving on from Chrome completely? I have I struggle with you. So you had Reddles, Arsenal, Daniel. You get to Worlds. You have a very good showing at Worlds if you stop one kickoff. One's kickoff? No, it was the demo goal. If you get that goal, the demo goal there, and the crazy save from Vatira doesn't happen. Was it Vatira or Rise? I can't remember which one. And then you would have moved forward. But after that performance, you boot Reddles, right? And then now you haven't had the same success that you had when you had Reddles. And then now all of a sudden the coach is leaving too. What decisions are being made here? If all this does, realize this is rumors right now. We're way early in any of this talk. We haven't even had the major yet. But if any of these moves are actually happening, I feel like it's wild and somebody is not paying attention.
You could be right. I think this is what happens, though. We get into the rumor mill of it, and there's all this downtime, and people start talking, and things start flying around. But it all settles down. So I would give it a little bit more time before I start speculating. However, these things with the orgs, they become really important when they start piling up. So that's something to watch out for. What are these orgs doing right? What are these players? What are these teams doing right and wrong? And what do we need to think about them? I agree with you.
Yeah, I guess what I'm most curious to seeing what comes of this is Chrome leaving on his own accord, or is Space Station trying to saying we need a new coach now all of a sudden when supposedly you're shopping one of your players as well? Arguably arguably one of your top player, at least most loved by the fans.
Yeah.
So that's wild. I don't think Liquidpedia's even put out their player transfer. Hang on. Transfer. I mean, that's what I'm mostly seeing right now. Have you seen anything?
I haven't. I was just on Liquipedia looking up more information about Cash after Kat was talking about him and how cool he was, and I see that he seems like a lot of people enjoy his company as well. But I don't see anything else coming up. So again, it's that dark alleyway of getting to the lands where everyone's real focused and trying to get everything together for it. So a couple more weeks, we'll be watching the excitement of another major.
So the rumor right now, looking at the rumors tab on Liquipedia, possible Chrome no longer the coach of Space Station. There were reports of Hoxer and Cheese both trying out for Space Station, so we'll be interested to see what happens with that. Coach Jesu in chat, Shift parts ways with their investors. Hopefully they don't run into any funding issues /flop. When did that come out? And I got it. God damn it. Why is this Twitter on? It's not on dark mode. What the hell? This is so bright. Oh, thank you.
That's what you're looking at.
Yeah, hang on.
You have that ability now.
Did they tweet about it? I know. I'm making sure I find it first. On the 18th. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, there it is. And hang on. I'm still getting used to this new stuff that we have. All right, so right here. Report, Shift tweeting out, Shift parts ways with X1 Entertainment. As of March 16th, Shift has officially parted ways with X1 Entertainment. We want to thank X1 for their support over the last 10 months, and we are now looking for new investors and advertising opportunities. Although Shift staff will have limited resources going forward due to returning to voluntary positions, we will continue serving the Rocket League community with news, intel, and statistics. Thank you for your continued support. Bucket, we have an opportunity here, buddy.
Break it down.
What? Shift's been the name for Rocket League news forever. So if they don't have funding anymore, I mean.
So what are you saying? Give me what you're saying.
Are we supposed to be the new thing?
Are we supposed to be? Can we be? Listen, we have a lot of cool things in the works, but being able to investigate things and get information from people immediately, we're gonna need some more resources. So let's get
Tom, come back to us.
I know we need these people back that we've had, our analysts, so to speak, the insiders.
That's interesting. I wonder. Like I said this as a joke last week talking with Prof, but I'm starting to wonder that with everything that happened with Silicon Valley Bank, like the banks that have been going kind of tits up here in the U.S., was this going to start fading over into esports and esports orgs? Which this is all speculation from Hoosier. This is all alleged. I'm just coming up with ideas here, but it is kind of awkward to see things like this kind of start popping up. I mean, there were a couple of what was it? There was the Guard. I think that was another esports news thing that was going on. That one lost their they released everybody as well. There have been a couple other ones that have happened too in the recent past. So it's kind of interesting to see what could and might happen in the future. But yeah, Shift losing their partnership there. That hurts.
Yeah, that's sad. But sometimes you just got to move on to the next thing.
What is the next thing? I don't know. It's been kind of quiet. Well, the only other thing reporting out there from Shift, Solary are set to part ways with Fairy Peak, with 3 players currently in contention to replace him for the RLCS spring split. Does Fairy Peak finally retire? Like retire?
Are we at the boomer age of Rocket League where
I think we are.
A lot of this movement at the same time? I think so.
Yeah, I think we're literally at the boom. Like, we're about to watch. I don't know. I want to say yes, but you're still watching a lot of these players hang around and still being able to compete and win. Like, Solary may not be winning the splits, but they're getting there. They're not getting beat. So they're doing something right. So do you just keep I guess I would just keep competing too if you're still being able to produce somehow and no one else out there is able to beat you right now. But yeah, when do you actually hang it up, I guess?
I think that's where people are trying to figure it out. Is it an age? Is it a time in your life? Like, what's the breaking point? And every athlete in the history of athletes come across this problem. It's, when do I hang up the cleats? When do I move on to the next thing? And some people hang on too long, Tom Brady, and some people leave too early. There's a couple people in the NFL, and they all do it for different reasons: physical, mental health. The need to continue doing what they already do. They don't know anything different. I don't think you can put anyone into one lane or one bubble. So I think for esports in general, we're going to see, once you're not capable of staying at a specific level of competition and or not being able to rise back to that or whatever it is, then you're going to start thinking maybe it's time to kind of sail off into the sunset. So I think we're seeing that right now as this new wave of energetic young talent comes through. So let's look forward to the future, but let's also kind of revel in the past and what we've had and the exciting times we've had for Rocket League and RLCS and the players and the orgs. But yeah, sometimes it's just time to move on a little bit. And hopefully a lot of those players find something in the game that still excites them, because there's any number of players that I can talk to that were there in the first season that you don't, if I brought their names up, you'd be like, what? Some people might even know them anymore, right? I'll name 5 right now. It's crazy.
Name it.
Think about it. Think about like Marky Duda.
Yeah, a lot of
people
don't know that
name. His teammate Mike, what was his freaking? I was, man, I can't even remember his name anymore. That's how it is. Lachinios.
Oh yeah, Lachinio. That is still one of the best. Have you seen the clip when it comes around every year on Twitter of Com demoing Lachinio like crazy?
Yeah, that's a good one.
But yeah, like Lachinio, like at that time, Lachinio, he was one of the like one of the pillars, right?
Totally.
Like that was someone that you had to get through. That just made me think of another tournament that happened back, Legend of Rockets, I think is what it was called. And that was like a big 1v1 tournament that had happened. That was
Mikey Rules. That's it.
Oh yeah,
Thank
Mikey
you,
Rules.
Jay-Sue. I was thinking Mikey. I could not think of it.
I was looking at the spelling he did, and I'm like,
it's driving me crazy.
Like, I think I know that, but yeah, Mikey Rules.
Some really great personalities out there that from the past that, you know, you got to move on sometimes, and they've found, I'm sure, other things to do with their lives.
You have to at some point. K-Dop, he's moved on, so there's something there. The only other rumors on there, it looks like it says that Torment and everybody on Dark Zero likely to get released. So that's a bummer, but who knows? He'll come back. He's not done yet. He'll be back up there again one day. He's gonna go for number 5. I got faith in him.
Beautiful.
But as you just put that in the stream, we're working. I got to work. That's my goal this week, to get that up there. But we are partnered with Savage Snacks. So there's the link there. Go ahead and click on it. Give it a shot. Bucket, you've tried these things. What do you think of them?
Dude, I love them. I wish I had some right now. It's they're little like poppable protein, healthy energy. Go check out their website. It's super cool. But whenever I'm sitting here for a long session or whatever, just pop one in and it continues to just help out. I don't need to go reach for a Red Bull or whatever, and I feel really good afterwards. So not gonna lie, there's a lot of that cool stuff that we're trying to partner with and find people and get things going because we use them, right? So why would we not try to figure out how we can help other people get to the same level that we're at? And we're trying to better, everything. Anyway, what else, Hoosier? I'm looking at people because there's this Vince guys that Kat was talking about. He's actually streaming, and I've never gone over there and watched him. I want to kind of rate off to him.
Well, I think that's it. I was just going to wrap it up with, Savage Snacks for an exciting new poppable healthy protein and energy while gaming or anytime. Go be happy. Make sure you guys go check them out. Let us know what you think about it, and then we'll give them the feedback as well. But yeah, I think it's going to do it for us tonight, Bucket. If you want to go ahead and get that raid, get it ready to go. We appreciate you all. Be sure again to check out all major podcast platforms for the show. Bucket and Hoosier, bucketandhoosier.com as well if you want to see past content on top of links straight to those podcasts. You got anything else before we go?
No, it's beautifully said. Let's do it, baby.
All right. Good night, everybody.